In this video, I'll be going over how we can find the equation of a straight line that passes through a specific point and has a specific gradient. And so the way we go about doing this is essentially by using this equation that shown here. So this one in purple. And so all we really need to do is essentially just plug in our values and we should be able to get our answer. So let's just try with question 1. So we need to find the equation of a straight line that passes through 1 and 7 and has gradient 3. And so we need to essentially label what 1 and 7 are going to be. So 1, which is x, so that's going to be x1. So x1 is equal to 1, and y1 is going to equal 7, and our gradient is going to equal m. So m is equal to 3. Okay, and so if we plug in these values, we should be able to get our answer. So y minus 7 is equal to m, which is 3x. So that's just x on its own, minus x1, which is 1. And so let's just expand the brackets. So you get 3x minus 3. And so what we're left with is essentially y minus 7 is equal to 3x minus 3. And so what we want to do is just have y on its own. And so in order to do that, we need to add y to both sides. So by adding, we essentially remove the negative 7. So we get y is equal to 3x minus 3 plus 7. And so that gives us our final answer, which is y is equal to 3x plus 4. And so this would be our answer for question A. Now let's move on to question B. Let me just clean this up. So as we did before, we essentially just need to label everything. So we've got -1 and -6, and it has gradient 5. And so -1 will be x1. So x1 is equal to -1. And y1 is equal to -6. And our gradient is equal to 5. And so if we plug in our values, we get y minus -6 is equal to m, which is 5, multiplied by x minus x1. So that's -1. And so if we expand our brackets, we essentially get, since negative and negative is equal to positive, we get y plus 6. And then we expand this here, so we get 5x. And so again, we've got negative and negative, which means it's positive. So it's plus 5. And so if we move, if you just want to have y on its own, we move the 6 to the right hand side. So that means we minus 6 from both sides, so which gives you y is equal to 5x plus 5 minus 6. And so y is equal to 5x minus 1. And so that's our final answer. Now let's do question C. Okay, so question C, we've got a line that passes through -1 and so -1 and has and 1 and has gradient 2. And so if we just plug in those values again, so let's just label everything. So x1 is equal to -1, y1 is equal to 1, and m is equal to 2. Okay, and so let's plug in the values. So you get y minus 1 is equal to m, which is 2, x minus x1, which is -1. And so y is equal to y minus 1 is equal to 2x. Since we've got negative and negative, that becomes positive. So that's positive 2. So to have y on its own, we do y is equal to, we essentially just add 1 to each side. So y is equal to 2x plus 3, or 2 plus 1, which just gives you 3. So y is equal to 2x plus 3. And so that's how you get the equation of a straight line.